Hi there and welcome to this week's live session where we are going to talk about how to get a lasting motivation for change. So first off, I hope you had a happy Easter, that you're healthy, of course. I had a barbecue this Easter Sunday, which was the absolute first first time ever for me having barbecue to Easter, but due to not going out to visit families in these times of Corona, it was a wonderful experience. We had wonderful weather, so I hope you had the same and kind of work your way through these new circumstances that we're all faced to. But let's dig into the topic. If you are feeling drowsy and are running on low energy levels, feeling fatigued, then I know how hard it can be for you to get started, to motivate, to change things to the better. Because if we're running on low energy levels, right, it's just hard to get started. And today we'll give you, first off, a couple of very practical tips that you can put to use use to get back kind of a good time frame to get motivated and to get started eventually. And the second thing is you're going to get a couple of very practical tools to your hand to boost that motivation, to get to that lasting motivation that will lead you to superb sleep. So, my name's Michael. I'm the founder of Sleeptrust and a sleep coach, obviously, sending these messages out once a week, always accordingly to the podcast that I do, which has the same topic. But now we're going to dig into the lasting motivation together here in this live session. So first off, when it comes to motivating ourselves, lasting motivation, we have to get started, right? We're feeling drowsy, fatigued. We're just running on very low energy levels. And that makes it hard to start. So when we want to start, we have to find out which times of the day suits us best. When are our energy levels on the highest that we get at this present time that we're living in? So even if we're running on low energy levels, each day has kind of ups and downs when it comes to the energy. Typically, this is tied to a thing called the circadian rhythm, and typically for you and me, practically that means at some point in the morning, for many of us, somewhere around 10 o'clock in the morning, our energy levels are at the peak. And don't mess up peak with I'm feeling really good, but it's, if you're running on low energy levels, it might feel just a little bit better. And in the late afternoon, when our energy tends to rise a second time. So now let's say we're feeling bad and we know we have to do something. We want to pick these time of the day. We want to get aware of when we're feeling maybe a little bit less bad than the rest of the day, to use these little time frames, to utilize them and to get started, right? So the first thing that you want to do is to check your day and observe yourself when you're running through a day and write down these time slots. And even if it's only half an hour, 15 minutes, whatever, write down these time slots over the course of the day that you feel a little bit better. And that way you will be aware of when they are, and you're going to use these little time slots to practice the tools that I'm going to give you in a second from now. So that's number one. Number two is, of course, that we can help our bodies to raise those energy levels. Even if we're running on low energy levels, we can move our bodies. That doesn't mean we're going to make a workout, but we have to get our bodies into motion. This can be to have a walk. This can be to just have a couple of sit-ups. Whatever serves you, suits you, to get our bodies into motion. Because when blood flows, energy flows too. And best, of course, you double down on when you're feeling good, then bring your body into motion. And that will let you feel even better. And it's easier to get started that way. And the third thing, it's just the pro tip, and I love to throw it out there. If you're really feeling fatigued and have a hard time to get into energy, have a cold shower. This is something that I'm doing basically for you, because I don't like to recommend stuff like this without being willing to take the pain. So I'm having cold showers for around about 100 days now, and they're not comfy. Honestly, they aren't. But if you do the cold shower energy will boost. Adrenaline will get released into your body, and you'll just feel empowered. And even if it's only a couple of minutes, it will get a little bit of that fog out of your head, get clarity, and you can combine these little 2-3 things to get into space where you have energy. So now let's move on. That's the essentials when, getting us into a space where we can do things, because it's just so hard, I know. And now we're in that space, and we want to do a couple of little things. First thing is, we want to find out our core motivation. Why do we want to feel better? And first reaction would typically be, because I want to feel better. That's true, and that's obvious. And that's the problem. It's obvious, and it's not tied to positive emotion. It's even more likely to be tied to feeling bad at the moment. So we want to have a core motivation why we are truly want to find back to our energy levels. Will this be because you want to be the best spouse on the world, the best parent, you want to be more productive, get the recognition from your colleagues that you deliver great work? Because of your health, you might want to feel healthy, and if we're feeling bad, in my definition, if we're lacking energy, we're not healthy, right? My definition of health is that we feel good. And it's nothing to do with, if you have a flu or not. If you are lacking energy, you're not 100% healthy. And so that can be a core motivation too. We want to feel healthy and know that our bodies are functioning in the way that they promote everything that we want to do. Do you want to experience life again? Have fun having a trip, going outside, meeting friends? Get a core motivation. And the easiest exercise to do so, and a quite common one that maybe not common, but one that is not invented from me, that's invented from much smarter people, is the big why exercise. You just walk down and ask yourself, why is this the case? Why is this the case? And you just pick up on the answer and ask a deeper why. So if I would ask you, why do you want to sleep better or get more energy? You want to see, feel better. Okay, why is it important for you to feel better? Because if I feel better, I'm in a better mood at home. Why is it important for you to be in a better mood at home? And you dig in till at some point you come to an answer that touches you emotionally. And that's the point where you can stop, write down that emotion and what triggers it. That's your core motivation. It could be, you want to be the best role model for your kids. Give them all you can to let them, raise to the personalities that they're supposed to be and that they will be. So do that exercise when you've got that little time slot of energy. You can do it on your own. It works even better, in my opinion, if you do it with a friend, a family member, somebody that you trust. And that will walk you through the process. When you got that done, pat yourself on the back. That's enough for one day. Next day, you're going to write a goal card. You're not going to do that when you're feeling really low energy. Pick those little boxes over the course of the day that you know that you feel better, even if it's only slightly better, and write down a goal card. So write down how it will look when you've got your energy back. It doesn't have to be too much, but it has to be emotional to you. Write down a date when you're going to have this achieved. Write down a price. What are you going to pay? I'm not talking about the dollars here. I'm talking about what are you willing to do, maybe give up, whatever. You know best the price that you will pay to get and exchange your goal. And the fourth thing is to come up with a brief plan. Just write down a couple of bullets that you know that will get you into that direction. And when you've got this goal card ready, pat yourself on the back again, and then read it twice a day. First thing in the morning and last thing at night. And that will set you up to be aligned with your goal. It will set you up to take the necessary action. This can be anything. That's so individual. It would just expand this live session to a couple of hours, which we're not going to do. But essentially, this is the way that you will get, first off, find a slot that you can work in. So that's going to give you that little motivation to get started. And the second thing is that it will create an ecosystem that will give you lasting motivation for change, because we have to change if we want to sleep better, feel better, raise those energy levels to the top, to where they belong and beyond. So With that, I wish you all the best. I hope that this inspires you to get started, that it helps you to get started. You're always free to drop me a note at hello@sleeptrust.eu. I'm happy for every comment and everything that I get from you. Wishing you all the best, good motivation. Enjoy your, it's not going to be published on Sunday at the moment because I'm still not available on Facebook. I'm blocked. I'm still working on that and I do not have a clue why, but I'm going to figure out. But enjoy your week and yeah, have a superb sleep.